in the quarter, it's still 15 seconds up. There's no reason. We have clocks for precision. This is why time was invented.
Good.
Mine's on atomic time.
Oh, right. That's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah. When I last was on a nuclear sub, I made sure it was synced up.
Oh, we're live. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jonathan Potts, President of Ultimate Australia. I'm joined by
Melanie Boudib, manager of the 3 New South Wales teams you will see in your finals today, including New South Wales Lockout in the blue.
And they're playing against WA in this gold medal match at the Australian Under-22 Ultimate Championships 2016 in coming to you from Geelong, Victoria. New South Wales has possession. The pull went out of bounds
Nicholas
a long
Lely
way downfield, which
walking
is not the best way
up.
to start the game, is it?
There we go, Lely looking for Francis in the middle there. Takes on the sideline. Cool, calm and collected throw across to Rob Andrews, who wants to hit Kath in that corner. And ooh, O'Neill with a drop. Uncharacteristic, wow. Yeah. It's all right. They're team hungry for D.
88, Raphael Jonkers. He has been pretty key for WA from all accounts. Goes to a number 11, Jonathan Jones. McKenna with the disc around the halfway line. Waghorn.
Oh,
big block.
Lely with a huge
foot block.
block.
That was on Nathan Emery.
Centres it to Andrews. Francis on the sideline. He'll be looking to centre it back to Andrews. Pickled.
Being marked by Jonkers. I think if they stay on each other, that'll be an interesting matchup for this game.
Centering it across to Murray. Looking for the long shot. She loves the throwing them, and Sonario loves catching them. So there we go. First point, New South Wales. Count it.
The defender, Megan McKenna, was there. Really should have got that block, I feel. But it snuck through. New South Wales gets the first goal of the game.
Found some safe hands there in Priscilla.
A couple of turns in that point. Kind of, say, we haven't seen much, and but both teams got something to show in this game.
I think WA will be out to take it back.
Did you watch the round robin game between these two
I
teams?
didn't actually catch it. I've been running between 3 teams this weekend, so I think that was one of the ones I missed. But I do know that New South Wales ran undefeated yesterday, so that men's grand final loss was New South Wales' first loss of the weekend, unfortunately.
It was an exciting game. It was certainly, and look, it's great for Australian Ultimate, really, to see. I think, you know, for the uninformed like me coming into this weekend, are kind of expecting to see 3 New South Wales Victoria finals. I think the kind of ultimate powerhouses, and Victoria on the home turf. That's not to be.
No, they were the top 2 seeds in all divisions, New South Wales and Victoria. I think in men's they were switched around, and Victoria was first and New South Wales was second. Here we go, big pull there from McDonald.
It's a massive pull. Better than any of the pulls in the men's game, I'd say. WA gets it moving to the front line of the end zone. Got it to Jonkers. Doesn't see much upfield.
Oh, he misses that.
Couldn't quite hit Smith. And New South Wales is going to take it on the end zone line for an easy shot at goal. Coleman walking to the disc.
Coleman walking up to the disc. I think Max Haldon, coach of this team, is a very calm and collected player himself, so I imagine
no
that...
mark on it, though. That's
it.
Fundamental error.
A little bit of a cheeky spike there from Scott McDonald. But good job, New South Wales. Unfortunate for WA with that turn down in the end zone. It was going to be hard to come back from that with a team as structured as New South Wales mixed.
Especially if you don't put a mark on the disc. But
bit of an oversight, perhaps.
Yeah, they need to just steady themselves a little bit, WA, right now. We actually saw something similar to this in the first game of the day, where you just when you give away a cheap goal, you just need to kind of erase it from your mind because it's not that important.
Looking forward. You're always going to be
you need
looking
to just get
forward
back to
in
the
alternate.
structure. Yeah, so I haven't watched WA play either, but by all accounts, Jonkers is pretty crucial. Apparently, he played for the Belgian juniors team, and I caught like a point of him playing, and he looked like he was the complete package as an ultimate player. So it'll be interesting to see how crucial he is in this game and how New South Wales shuts him down. He's played the first 3 points.
Still on the field now.
New South Wales with the early advantage, 2-0.
Yeah, it'll be an uphill battle now for WA getting back to it, especially the wind is picking up here on the field, which you obviously cannot see from the safety of your own homes. There you go, pull's gone
Decent
down.
pull. It's McMorrin with the disc. Big block by Rob Andrews.
Huge block by Rob Andrews.
Just intercepts that halfway down the field. He's the most credentialed player on the field, Rob Andrews, really. Played for the Australian Dingoes, the men's team, at Worlds a mere 4 months ago.
Here we go. Andrew's going to be looking to centre it pretty early on from the lockout plays. Or just hunting it deep. Got Zalams and De Silva underneath it, and Oscar Francis takes it out. New South Wales looking fired up. This is the most spikes I've seen from them.
Intended receiver, Mel?
I don't think it was, but it worked, and we'll take it.
Francis is pretty good, isn't he? And he ran in there and cleaned that up. It was floating over everyone else's head.
So the pool game between these two was 11-7 to New South Wales, which is by far the closest game they've actually had all weekend. They had a lot of 4s and 3s scored against them. So I think at this stage, WA really need to get a couple of points on the board and make a proper game of it.
Yeah, kind of a terrible start if you're WA. They haven't really shown how well they can play up to this point.
By no means over.
No. But you don't like, especially when you're coming out against a strong team like New South Wales, you really don't want to start off with a 3-0 deficit before you really start playing the game.
I mean, it's definitely an advantage to be under the future under-24s mixed coach for all these New South Wales players. I think he definitely knows what he's doing and he knows how he likes to coach, and he's picked a team that respond well to playing a happy game of Ultimate.
Yes. Max Halden knows happiness.
He definitely does. Just look at his hat. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Giving themselves some self-daps they've been practicing all weekend.
WA is coached by Anna Haynes, who has coached a number of Australian representative teams. So she's well versed. Got a lot of tricks in the toolbox. Needs to probably pull out some of those now, or just look. They look like they're having fun actually right now, WA. So they're not too stressed about it. But they need to. Yeah, they need to remember what their game is and get out there and play that game. But look, when I look at New South Wales, it's a deep roster. Like
they do have a lot of Australian representatives on there.
There are a few strong players who decided to play mixed as a first preference, and that does make a difference. But also, the roster is filled with some really experienced players who play a lot of club ultimate at the high level, and quite a smattering of Australian representatives at either junior level or
so it helps. A lot of them play kind of university ultimate together as well, so that helps. You can tell that both of your commentators are from New South Wales, really, can't you? Sorry, WA. We're trying. Anna Haynes giving the thumbs up. She's ready. Fired up. Ready to get this point. I got to say, I think WA are definitely up there in terms of uniform for this weekend. They're looking good. They're fresh. I like them.
I like their swirl. Their swirly swan.
It's great. New South Wales looks a little bit like a 3-year-old Druid. But I like it. I think it's an endearing kind of 3-year-old drawing. You'd put it on the fridge.
I'm having this battle with New South Wales about what their colour is, and their colour is meant to be royal blue, and they haven't done that.
Harbour blue and Waratah red.
With just a little bit of petrol scum on the surface.
Our Waratah red shorts have been a little bit sun bleached.
Diesel scum on the
They were left out on the line for a little bit too long. All right, here we go. Huge ball coming down.
Not quite to the end zone. Jonkers with the disc.
Yet to take a point off.
Gets it to Waghorn. Waghorn gets it up in the air.
Oh, Rob Andrews getting onto it, and it's never going to be a good contest there.
Yeah. Not send it near Andrews.
Andrews looking for Coleman in the middle. Safety pass there to Coleman. Great hands. McDonald in the middle. Back to Andrews on that sideline. He's going to be looking long, and he punts it to Zalams, who just so much experience reading those long discs from Zalams.
Zalams spikes
takes it down. Look, they're spike happy today.
4 out of 4 spikes.
Yeah. They're fired up. They're ready to go.
For a final.
Yeah. It's good. It's what
I got
you want
no
in a
problem
final.
with the spike. Beautiful offense there from New South Wales.
It was. They are very clean. They've got very structured plays, and they've been working on them. They've had the most trainings of all the New South Wales teams. Little fun fact for you.
Max is a hard taskmaster.
Been doing pods all the time as well. WA calling for boys for this offense.
And remind me, does Max have assistant coaches?
He does. Rob Swan and
Rob Swan.
Bella C.
Oh, okay.
So Rob Swan, big in the university ultimate scene, played more uni games than numbers I can count to. And Bella C has just come back. She's off the back of her Firetails campaign at Worlds. So he's got some very good assistant coaches under him as well.
Yeah, so tough start for WA. Certainly, I'm going to say as well, I watched New South Wales play earlier in the tournament, and they weren't anywhere near this well drilled. Oh, big poach.
Hannah, one of the two Hannah brothers on that. That was Mitch Hannah with the big D, and throws it straight to De Silva in the end zone. And there it is. Unfortunate for WA. It was not a bad option, but Hannah was just absolutely busting down there. I think he definitely wanted to get that D in it, and it happened. So good on them.
That's the payoff for the fast chase down. Like, it can be really hard for the offense to judge the closing speed of the
Here
of the
it is
chases.
again, just
Yeah, as they're streaking downfield, it'd be hard to judge how fast they're closing, and you're thrown to a stationary target, and sometimes you just
and just
make
if
the
you're
wrong
not
choice.
expecting it, you pop it up before you've even sort of looked downfield, and then De Silva made a really good cut around his player and was free instantly. So
I've certainly, as a person receiving that first pass, I've been guilty of kind of quite confidently telling the thrower, I'm open, and as they release it, the defender runs through and grabs
it's all right,
it.
Potsy, we've all been there.
Yeah, but it's hard to judge, and yeah. So as I was kind of saying, I saw New South Wales play Victoria earlier in the tournament, and it was pretty scrappy actually. Like it was a bit windier, but they didn't look like this well-drilled unit that they're looking like in the first 5 points of this game.
Had a lot of injuries in the last week as well from New South Wales, so it's good to see them come back from that. Here we go, big pull. WA working up their line, not going to make the same mistake this time. And there's a D from Murray. That was on a throw to Smith. Murray's picked up the disc, looking for O'Neill on the sideline, who just can't get that down, just a little bit out of her reach. She's not the tallest player on the team, unfortunately. So here we go, WA have got it back.
And they got on the sideline. McMorrin picking it up. McMorrin. Nice cut in from Mariah Smith. Looked off. Hammer into
Cheeky
space.
hammer.
To Jonkers, but he spills it.
It's tough.
It's kind of regulation, but just had to get down to it and couldn't hold on to it.
It was a good look, though, from that handler on the sideline. Yuan walking to the disc. Sauntering, really. Checking it, seeing if it was tacoed from being landed on. New disc called. He did say please. Can
He did say
confirm.
please.
Remembered his manners last minute there.
Well, you should correctly should say, may I have a new disc, not can I have a new disc, but
Are you a school teacher?
no, I'm not. But I'm a grammar Nazi.
It's definitely one of the things these school teachers used to say. Can I go to the bathroom? You can.
But may you?
Exactly. Wasn't funny then, Potsy. All right, let's
You're
go.
on.
O'Neill on the
O'Neill.
sideline. Close to that end zone. Oh, there's a lot of them streaming over there that, from my very bad perspective, did not look like it was in. There's about 30 players standing in front of me. Swings it around to Zalams. Gonna be looking in that corner.
Big block.
Doesn't get that one down.
That's
Looks
gotta
like
be
there's a
clean.
call. That'll be an
Wow.
interesting one
Really?
to look back on.
Just looked clean, didn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Choose your own adventure. You decide.
Yeah.
Playing along at home. Zalams swings it around
Nice
to
big
Hannah.
swing.
O'Neill on that sideline, and it puts it
Overthrown.
across.
Overthrown,
a
but cleaned up.
huge layup from Zalams. Takes that. Too excited to spike the disc.
I'm sure Coach Halden will have a talk to her about that after the point. You've got to remember to spike first.
Absolute cracker of a layout, though. And Zalams
It
and
was.
O'Neill
It was a
are all
great
about the
layout.
layouts. They're
Maybe
laying
the
out
layout
more than they're
counts as a
just.
spike.
They are fired up.
Zalam's already having a great game.
WA still jogging over to that line. Their heads are still up.
6-0.
Just
tough
loving
place to
being
be.
here. It is not an ideal place to be in a final, but, you know,
They really
still
come
a game
across the
ahead
New
of them.
South Wales team firing on all cylinders.
New South Wales mixed as well. Had no games this morning. They had a bye, so
That's right.
they've come out and they're very, very fresh in this game. Had a little stretching session together yesterday, so.
Yeah, do you know who WA played earlier today?
I can get
checking it up.
my researchers, aka my phone, to find that out.
Just ask Siri, our statistician.
Jonker's yet to take a point off for WA.
That's right.
WA played Victoria this morning at 9 a.m. So they beat Victoria to get a place here.
Yeah. So that would have been a big game.
Another Hannah there on the mark.
Waghorn gets it back. Jonkers has it.
Unsurprising, that McDonald-Jonkers matchup. He's a big defensive player for the lockout. Bit chilly down here in Geelong.
It's not exactly Bondi weather, I'm going to say.
Oh, it's a nice take there from
Glover looking to centre it. Puts it, but Andrews could see it. Yeah, there was a big contact on that release.
I heard that.
Yeah. Smart look from Glover, though. He didn't really have much. He wanted the reset, didn't have much, so you might as well just get the disc up in the end zone. He got a free shot out of it.
It's probably a smart idea for WA to start playing Rob Andrews under and keep him out of that deep space.
Oh,
And there we go.
close. Jonkers puts it up.
Nice and floaty.
Beautiful throw.
Gets-
Oh, one-handed casual dropped. That's
That's got to
heartbreaking.
hurt at this stage. They'll be working hard to get the defense here, though. I think WA got to be hungry for a point now.
That was Alex McMorrin. He'll be disappointed with himself there. Just this perfect throw. Easy as. Andrews didn't know that was coming.
Did not know at all. It was a very nice look and a nice put, but just
Jonkers
the
has
up call a bit too late.
He wants it back. He's sort of free in the end zone. To Waghorn. Waghorn throws the hammer. It's dying.
And there
Jonkers
it is. WA take their first point very fittingly off a hammer.
Yeah. You got to be in it to win it. Jonkers had a bit of space out the back. He just kind of didn't need to be pretty. Wasn't particularly pretty, but just needed to get out the back of the end zone. They're on the scoreboard.
They're on the scoreboard, and we get to see what a
You wanna be on
WA
the scoreboard.
defense looks like.
Yeah.
Should be exciting now that the wind's picked up. New South Wales are going to be downwind on this offense.
Yeah, the wind could change the game a little bit.
Yeah, it is picking up a little bit. It was fairly still this morning.
Yeah, we've had, I think the first time slot, the wind kind of came and went a little bit, but yeah, the most recent game, there wasn't too much wind. Certainly didn't affect the game too much.
I think they'll be used to it after yesterday.
Yesterday was a bit more
shocker.
steady and not quite ferocious, but certainly wind-dominated games. And kind of scrappy offense yesterday in general.
Interesting to be playing a tournament where everyone in the final has already had that game before in the pool rounds.
Yeah.
So there. 6-1. 6-1.
So 6-1, New South Wales.
There we
Nice.
go.
Oh, the pool's
Fading
just
out,
fading out.
unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of looked good out of the hand. So they'll probably take it at the brick mark, I'm imagining. Yuan.
Max Halden is a big advocate for hashtag stop the clap for calling a brick. Just a little interesting fact for you. That and make Melbourne hat great again. Plug that one. There we go.
Zalams.
Finding Zalams.
High on confidence right now.
Looking for Lely in the middle there. He's got Sonari on the sideline. He's not going to take that. Puts it through the middle to O'Neill. Oh, he gets
great
hand
block.
blocked. What a block there from Kazemi.
Yeah.
Fantastic. WA with another chance to score here. Already halfway down the pitch.
There was a
Job is
sneak-
half done.
Sneaky little dish off by Kath O'Neill. She kind of smiled. She knew it was a bit cheeky.
Oh, yeah.
Emery with the disc. Nathan Emery. He puts it big and high. He's got the height there. Oh!
Oh, again.
Just slightly mistimed his jump.
You can see he
Jack
wanted
Nathan,
that throw
I
from the
think.
second he caught it. Lely with the disc here. Through to Zalams.
Zalams.
Back to Lely. Wants to put it. Is that going to find Murray deep, or is just to put a little bit too much spice on that? Murray chases it down. WA with another chance.
It's Lely's game, isn't it, really? Seen a bit of that.
I remember
far
playing
from
with Lely when I think he was 14, playing his first NSU, and he was phenomenal then, and it's just,
Yeah.
it's great to see, but a little bit of you is like, God damn it.
Yeah. He does like to put it when he gets it, though.
Getting a little bit happy, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He's got the throw.
He's got the throws, you know. It's Emery with the disc. He sends it again.
Oh, is that one going to find him? It's
fading.
the same
Oh, there's a
receiver.
bit of
Gets a
push and
little bit of
shove.
pushy-shovey. Is that going to get
think
called?
you can call
Or?
that, really. Like, I think he had a bit on it. See what happens. Really. He definitely had a chance, Jack Nathan. He's not going to call it, but well within his rights.
Lely with the disc again. Looking into the middle to Yuan there.
Oh, overthrown.
Oof.
Okay, a bit of scrappiness coming into the New South Wales game.
This may be what WA needs.
Emery walking to it. He's hucked it twice, I think. at this
Francis
point.
on the mark here.
Doesn't huck it this time, but it's floaty and kind of lucky over the top to Megan McKenna. Kazemi with the disc. She's looking to work it down the line, but
And Lely
knew
takes it
that.
and wants to put it again.
Doesn't huck it.
It is his look.
That could be
So
a
now
mistake.
doing a little dance in the middle there, finding Yuan, and Zalams has dropped
they've
it on a
missed
throw
it
from
again.
Yuan. New South Wales losing it a little bit.
Oh, ugly hammer. That
Oh,
is
and he takes
beautifully
it down
grabbed.
anyway.
Nathan, beautiful grab. He wants it again. She's got not much.
Oh,
He was in trouble there.
you go.
Big mark from Murray.
can New South Wales lock it down this time? Oh, I got Francis streaming deep there. Really
Oscar
wants
Francis.
that throw, and Yuan gives it to him.
Well, it's a
But
bit
it
floaty.
looks
might
like
be
it is
fading
out of here. It is definitely out of the park. Too many wheat bix this morning.
Kind of could have thrown anywhere in the end zone, and you'd put your money on Francis. I
New
reckon.
South Wales are looking
But
a
it's
little bit
loose.
ragged. They've
Totally
been
loose. This is a different team. Emery's hucked it twice. They're looking a bit tired.
Yuan with a
Yuan's not looking
huge
tired.
D there. Well,
A little bit tired.
a little bit tight. Lely finds Murray in the middle there. He's just going to pop a cheeky on his Allens, and they bring that down. Long point, very hard fought.
There was no even hint of a spike there.
They were too tired.
Yeah,
Go-
they were tired. Zalams and Murray didn't look too tired. They were
Christy
still running
Gibbon
hard.
in the 21 hopping onto the field there did her ACL a couple of weeks ago, and she's still out here on her crutches. She's been cheering hard every game, so little shout out to her.
Yeah, that's terrible to hear.
We had, I think, 2 or possibly 3 possible ACL injuries and about 3 ankles done last week at league. So there was a lockout on the league from Max Howden. Rightly so, I think.
Yeah. ACL is just a terrible injury to have. So
It's good to have McDonald
she
back from his
comes back
ankle,
from
though. Yes.
yeah, McDonald was
He was
pretty
out
torn
from an
up
ankle,
at Mixed
yeah.
Nationals, having done his ankle quite badly, but he's come back strongly. So timeout called. Actually didn't catch who called it, but possibly New South Wales after that really scrappy point. You don't want to
Pulling
see,
their heads
if you're
in.
Max Howden, you don't want to see another point like that, really, do you?
Started making it a little bit harder for themselves there. Be interesting to see what WA comes down with. That offense from them was looking pretty clean. There was a lot of hucks that went up, but when they were working it through the middle, it was looking good from them. If they can keep doing that, then I think they're in with a shot of chalking a few more points up on that board.
I mean, they'd be disappointed. The huck into the end zone to Nathan, which he kind of had the height of, I mean, Yuan is strong in the air, but I'd say Jack Nathan had the height advantage.
Yeah.
Just slightly jumped early. Didn't quite get to the disc. But then later on took that magnificent hammer, that kind of swilly, I'll say, hammer. Great grab from him just outside the end zone, but they just couldn't score off that position, which is a shame. And now they really need to score this and keep the half alive.
Yeah, this is, if New South Wales score, that'll be half.
I felt like I was playing you guys. Had the joystick out.
There's no way to override that
You have selected Power Drive.
New South Wales women having a good game so far. They're probably bringing a lot more experience than the WA women, I think. I think a lot of the really experienced WA women chose to play women's.
There you go. Huge pull there from McDonald. Fading just out. Unfortunate. This wind is going a little bit everywhere, which is making it a bit hard for the
It's coming
players.
a little bit
Maybe
more
a reason
across
that
field.
that
Yeah.
Kind of scrappy point, last point. See if they can have a bit more of a feel for it at this point. Here we go.
So it's McMoran with the disc. McMoran. It's a call early. I think a
Pick straight away.
Pick out of the stack. They know how to call picks in Scotland, don't they? UK ultimate influence.
Here we go.
Big throw. I think Jonker should get that. Doesn't.
Lays
Close.
out, but not.
Oh, it's a valiant bid.
Oh, goal! He got it.
It was obscured.
Sorry, there's about 15 players standing in front of us. And
Saw the dust blow up.
actually, we'll watch it on the replay. But must have been a fantastic bid. All we saw was a cloud of dust and a lot of, you know, the
disc
backs
just
of players.
dropped super fast right at the end there. Looked like it was going to fall out of reach.
Hopefully we'll get a replay up here.
Ultimate Australia replay coming up.
There it is. Here it is. And it just drops there, and a huge bid from
Trailing
it.
edge. Safe as.
See it.
Great grab.
Talking about McDonald lacking his calls, I think it is very much a thing in Europe. They do hand signals a lot better than we do. Everyone on the field's doing hand signals. Having come from a year of playing Ultimate in Dublin, all of them know the hand signals. We just don't do it. We just assume we all speak the same language. And
so, I'm going to say, so I kind of promoted the hand signal thing back when I was on the WFDF rules committee.
How'd that go for you?
Well. So, I mean, the original concept was that it would be used by the players, and this is before the before the concept of game advisors was really properly conceived or implemented. We'll just call this.
Francis on the sideline centers it to Lely. Great first look. No one on him yet. All the time in the world there. There you go. Looking for Andrews on that sideline. Francis, they're looking a little bit stuck down here, but Andrews is... There we go. To Murray on the sideline. Got a lot of handlers on this point, New South Wales, so I think they're looking to work it up. Puts that up, and will Rob Andrews bring that down? Yes, he will, of course.
Dumps it off to Francis.
Dumps this to Francis. He's looking in that side, and there it is.
Scenario, just on the end zone line. Toss it over the top to Lely.
Very cheeky little throw there. Not her usual, cool style of play, but it worked.
I think Lely was pretty free.
And he's tall and he's got the hop, so just throw it up and he'll bring it down. And New South Wales take half. 7-2. Oh, 8-2. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, as I was starting to say, hand signals. Actually, it was a while ago. My memory's not fantastic, but either when I was president or running the rules committee, decided that we needed hand signals just to deal with the communication. And I guess if you look at other sports and how they, the referees communicate, it's really essential to have some way of communicating what's happening, and hand signals were the solution. And so Ruben and I came up with a set of hand signals, and the original idea was that it would be used by the players to communicate, but, I guess hard to enforce that, really. Like, the players have got a lot of stuff to do, and hard to kind of get the players to embrace it. So it more got promoted through once game advisors came on board and the use of hand signals for the game advisors. But it's kind of great to see it's come round to the players actually adopting that themselves to communicate with each other and with the crowd, and
it does greatly reduce that. Are we stopping? Have we stopped? What happened? Was it a foul? No, a strip. No, wait. What's happened? Did someone call pick?
You find it annoying as a player, don't you? When there's a call 20 metres away and they're talking between themselves, like, what's happening? Tell me what's happening. Who's going to get possession of the disc? What's the count going to come back on?
It's just good knowing what's going on, really, isn't it? It's getting some big thumbs up over here on the sideline for the New South Wales players. not the most ideal half for WA, but hopefully they'll have a little bit of a pep talk and rally for this second half. Make a good game of it. Not that they're still playing very well. It's just hard to get Ds on a very well-drilled New South Wales team, I think.
It was 6-0, so 2-2 after that.
They're bringing it back. We're going to all aboard the WA train for the next few points. So now's the time to, make yourselves a cup of tea. Half time is going to be a couple of minutes still.
Yo, Ponce, are you going to Tournament Central? The waters are empty.
Waters are empty here, so, hydrate yourselves at home. Make sure you're drinking. My co-commentator has abandoned me, so I'm just talking to my avid fans out there on the live stream. I know about 99% of you don't know who I am, but for the next 3 minutes, we're best friends. WA looking like they're ready to get back on that line. I believe they're starting on offense. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, here's Nicholas Lally, number 55 of New South Wales lockout fame, with a cheeky shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Iris. Happy Sunday. How you doing?
Okay. Worth it. Quick banter. All right, New South Wales have just called their line, and they're heading out onto that pitch, ready to, I reckon, close this game out pretty quickly. New South Wales women are up next. They are, I believe, playing against Victoria, which should be a really good game. So if you're out there watching the live stream, which you are, if you can hear my voice, you should definitely stick around for that one. New South Wales, in their pool game, came back from 9-5 down to win 10-9 on Universe Point. So that's definitely going to be one to watch as well when you're done watching this lovely Sunday afternoon final. Why not keep it rolling? Shout out to Amelia, who has sent me a photo of her hydrating, clearly watching this live stream and listening to my very sage advice. All right, any second now. Here we go. Huge pull again from McDonald. And that one's going to sit very nicely there for them. They're going to bust it down there and look for that early D again. Here we go.
WA working it out of the end zone. Waghorn has it. Not a lot of upfield cuts being generated right now. Donkers wants it. Nice cut back in. Tightly marked by McDonald. He puts it up. Nicely read by Glover. He's right 2-3 metres outside the end zone. Doesn't have a cut though. The New South Wales defenders have flooded the end zone. Glover wants it back. Doesn't get it. McMorrin.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
He was totally there.
It's a fantastic look. So WA really putting on a hard man to New South Wales now. It does look like they're struggling a little bit more to get it off. De Silva through there to Hannah. Finds Zalum's great hands as usual and puts it up. Healy busting down after that.
Doesn't quite sit.
Doesn't quite get there. It was a fantastic cut and a great look. I think this wind is just getting to everyone a little bit. It's quite difficult to read it and it keeps changing direction. Ooh. Side note, there's a very beautiful dog behind me.
McMorrin picks up the disc. Jonker's looking strong side, tightly matched by McDonald. To Castleton. Gets it out to Waghorn. McMorrin in a power position.
Fraser's going to...
Jonkers didn't
Oh!
have... Oh!
Great layout D there from Hannah, Mitchell.
Yeah, just didn't quite carry. Good bid.
Finds Healy in the middle there.
Salmon's playing super confident.
De Silva looks long and he busts out that flick and he's going to...
Great block!
Beautiful throw from De Silva. He's got that flick every day. McDonald a little bit upset that he didn't take that one down, but I think it's been a good matchup all game and they're going to continue.
He's going to get it, but
ran out of breath on that one.
Jonker's just covered that last meter. Just closed.
You should have jumped in. WA might find it difficult to get it off this corner, but...
Waghorn walking up with it. Glover looking for another deep cut. It's not coming. Jonkers has it. Maybe he should cut now. Oh, big break throw. Was trailing out of
Mitch
bounds.
Hanna
Glover
again
couldn't
with a
pull it in.
huge D.
Yeah. Great.
It's definitely on his game today.
Well followed by Hannah. Good if they just...
Hey, Mitch, keep him out, Mitch. Go break side, Mitch, break.
McDonald bringing the disc in. Swings it to Hannah. Zalum's totally free. De Silva.
De Silva. Oh,
McDonald running.
he's got a hard mark on him, De Silva. A little bit rapid. There it goes. To the other Hannah, brother. Puts it through to Fraser McDonald, who's free all day. Jonker's trailing a bit. Might be the 11 straight points he's played. Through to Zalums. He's looking in that corner, finds De Silva. He's got all day to take that one up. And there we
Zalums
go.
is having a cracker of a game, isn't she?
She really is,
Wow.
yeah.
That was
She's,
a beautiful throw. into
she's
the end
always
zone.
a good player, but
Yeah.
she's playing out of her skin today, which is fantastic. We're now taking bets on if Jonkers will actually take any points off this game. Does not look like this point will be one of them. We're not actually taking bets. We don't condone gambling.
It's a scourge on our society.
The official AFDA stance is bad.
My personal stance, even. Absolute scourge on our society, gambling. But people should be free to do it if they want to. Just get it off our television screens. So 9-2 to New South Wales. Happy with the way they've started the second half. A few turnovers though in that point. Some good play from WA. And in fact, look, they dropped it in the end zone, didn't they? WA, so.
Yeah, unfortunately. They have had some unfortunate things happening, but there we go, that's the first point of the half, so
Yeah.
see how they go. New South Wales coming out in a zone here.
Yeah.
See
Get
how
through
WA play through it.
Lovell. She gets it back. Good little give and go with Waghorn. Eaton gets it, swings it back to Lovell. Eaton.
New South Wales reverted back into a man now.
Jessica Barndon with the disc.
Oh.
Eaton reads that well. There's a little shimmy. Waghorn looking downfield. Another tight one. Another tight one. And then
straight to Rob Andrews. Andrews to Murray in the middle. Back to Andrews, looking for Lely down that line. He's not going to pop it back to Andrews, using Murray and following his discs. Murray to Andrews again. Lely. Oscar Francis busting deep, and of course Lely's going to throw that every day of the
Oscar's
week.
reading that.
Can Francis get under it? There he is, takes it down, and a cheeky little throw over to O'Neill and takes the point. That's an Oscar Francis special throws like that, I think.
Yeah, he just kept his eyes on that one. Read it beautifully, Francis. Really didn't seem to be ever in doubt. So,
WA, I think, are definitely making New South Wales work a little bit harder now. I think their man has tightened up. New South Wales are looking a little bit more like it's difficult to get those throws off.
Yeah, WA looked all right through that zone. Like, there were some tight little passes, but they moved the disc quickly, which is what you got to do really against the zone. But yeah, I guess that kind of frenetic pace was their undoing in the end, and they just pushed it one pass too far and ended up finding Andrews.
It's a cheeky little zone there by New South Wales as well. They don't hold it for very long, and then the women go and find all the women, and then the men set after that. So it's a little bit different, maybe not something that a lot of the under-22 players from the other states have seen much of before.
So Jonkers is out there again. So working pretty hard for WA.
And he's still absolutely pumping it when he's on the field. He doesn't look like he's been out there for, 12 straight points.
Yeah. WA doesn't have their heads. They don't have their heads down, do they? And nor should they. Like, they're playing well. Just this point, they really just want to get some nice offensive flow.
New South Wales coming down in that zone again.
Ooh. And they throw with his head down, but I'm not sure that actually went to grass, but it's been called down.
Being called down. There's no blades of grass for it to touch here. It's all just dirt.
Not much.
Okay, anyway, they've called it down. WA finding their players.
McDonald going to pick the disc up, walking calmly to it.
Going to have a mark on him this time.
2 metres out from the end zone. Going to have a big mark on him.
Very big mark. Here we go. Oh, gets around it. Straight to Healy at the front of the stack. Did not have to move.
He loves that throw, McDonald.
That's unfortunate for WA. 11-2.
Yeah, he works out how to get around that big mark. He loves that really wide, low backhand, McDonald.
See him put his hand down there to steady himself once he gets down there. It's
Spends a lot of time in the gym in front of the stretching mirrors.
Stretching's all he's been able to do for the last 6 weeks while he's been out with his ankle injury.
So 11-2 New South Wales. 3 in a row after half. WA struggles a little bit to get the disc moving off the pull. So, like, once they can get the disc moving, they look a little bit better. Not really sure what they can do there.
Once WA do get it through, they look nice down the middle of the field. It's just getting those first few point passes off that they've had a little bit of a hard time doing. When New South Wales gets a good pull down, they've got boys who will chase that down so quickly. And it's been working for them.
I'm not sure if they just don't quite have their primary cutter sorted out, or whether they're just being covered a bit better than they're used to.
Dropped pull, that has...
Waghorn's not going to be happy about that. But
you hate to see it.
It's part of
You
the
hate
game.
to see it. Coleman walking to the disc here. Very safe hands, Coleman. Just pops it through there to her fellow Wollongong player on the team, Healy. Finds those connections so well.
Heads are down now for WA.
Getting a little bit less energy on the field here. It is a very difficult thing to pull yourself out of a hole maybe this size. But, you know, they're still in a gold medal match of an under-22 national championship, and that is pretty sick. So, worked hard to get here. Need to pump it out. It's the last game.
Yeah, that point, obviously, with the drop pull, but the point before as well, they turn over the first pass. That's pretty demoralising.
A rough couple of points for WA.
Need to work out what to do to kind of
Haynes
change
down there having a little chat.
Change how you're feeling about it.
Pick their heads up pretty well, I reckon, and get them fired up for this point.
I think Haynes is pretty good at that.
Ah, she goes all right. She's done a few in her time.
Yeah. This is upwind this point for WA.
Here we go. Fraser with another huge pull.
It's a nice pull.
So that one's sitting in.
Just in.
Perfect pull there from Fraser.
But
McDonald.
again, I just don't have any movement coming off the pull. Out to Waghorn. Back
New
to
South
Jonkers.
Wales back in their zone.
Oh, throws the high forehand after showing it.
Nice grab there through the middle.
With
WA
Castleton,
looking good this point.
Gets it back to Waghorn. To Jonkers. He shows the high forehand again and throws it to Waghorn. Castleton. She gets it back to Waghorn. Nice. They open up the space.
Oh, that's a bit cheeky there. Jonkers pulls it down over Yuan.
Takes the contested grab.
And there's going to be another one up here in the end zone.
Again, just he kind of had to go for that. He was being. Fraser had good position behind him. He wasn't able to follow that down.
WA looking really good through that zone.
I think there's a
injury call from Yuan on the sideline there, holding his hamstring. Hopefully
maybe,
he's
or just
all right.
corked in the leg, maybe.
Might
Probably
have got
that
a little
contested
knee.
grab against Jonkers. And it does occur to me, it could be Jonkers being Belgian. So I do apologise if I'm mispronouncing that.
Can blame the uncultured Australians that your live stream is brought to you by.
But I'll stick with Jonkers just for consistency.
We fully recognise we might be wrong, but bad luck, we're going to keep doing it.
Look, in an ideal world, you would check all the pronunciations between games, but it was a scramble this morning between games. McDonald bringing it up to the end zone line. Finds
Francis takes a lovely grab there and puts it long. That looks like it's fading out, though. Hannah well under it. Goes for a little greatest. Doesn't quite get there. And here we go. WA with another shot at the goal. New South Wales setting their zone.
Yeah, putting the zone on, New South Wales. Trapped on the sideline. Waghorn picking up the disc.
Difficult for him to get it off here.
So Castleton gets it out to her.
Stagnant in the middle here. WA needs some quick movement to get through this, and it's down.
Sharp little throw.
It's a little bullet through the cup there.
She kind of had her dump shut down.
Murray wandering over to the disc. Got a mark
Francis
on it, and what a cut from Francis.
He wanted to get on the stat sheet.
He's all about those stats, Mr. Francis. It's a cheeky little assist.
Tried to do it with the huck earlier in the point.
There we go.
Just needed to use his legs.
And he's got them. Why not use them? WA were looking very good through that zone, though. I think it was a bit rough for them getting stuck on this sideline in that first half of that point, though. They were looking good, getting it through the middle.
They played it well the first possession, for sure. Patiently worked it up the field. Kind of got the cup to bite on a pass, and that really opened things up down the middle. Probably see a zone again. Don't know. I think at this stage for New South Wales, you're just thinking, what's the quickest route to finishing the game, maybe? I don't know. Do you want to run around the field for 5 minutes playing zone, or do you just want to play a bit of man?
It's a bit less.
There you go. Big line here. Andrews with the pull.
Big pull. Jonkers with it.
Looks
Gets
like
it to
they're
Waghorn, back to Jonkers.
coming down in a man this time, changing it up a little bit. Andrews, Jonkers matchup.
There's a bit of pump fake to his receiver. Back to Waghorn.
Waghorn, a bit of a key player here for WA.
Oh, that's overthrown. Just need to get a bit more air under that.
Again, a very good look, good
indicating.
option. Just needed a little bit more air. Need a little bit higher.
Yeah, they didn't have, again, their offense just doesn't, they struggle to generate the cuts under.
Andrews with the
WA.
disc. Centers it to Murray. Puts it through, finds Sonario to Lely, back to Andrews. Through to Lely again. Back to Andrews again. There we go, busting it through to Coleman, who's open all day. Lovely little forehand through to Hannah. Back to Andrews, looking very clean here from New South Wales.
He throws the hammer, unleashes it to Lely.
Lely not quite in on that one. And looking for a very open Hannah there in the end zone. Well done, New South Wales, taking it to 14-2.
Andrews is keeping a close watch on his hammer stats, and I think he's happy to add to his percentage there. It was a nice looking hammer.
We're not
Lely
ones to
made it look good too. He read that well.
Not usually looking forward in these kinds of games, but it doesn't look like it's not looking good for WA, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. I think
Be nice to
you're
get
kind of
another.
going through the motions now. You want to score some more points.
It's just, it is a very hard place to come back from as a player. But look, hopefully they'll get another point or two before New South Wales close the game out. Again, definitely, probably a very biased view being the manager of the team. The New South Wales women, not New South Wales, WA women's team behind us warming up for their bronze medal match. So if you're a WA listener, you might want to pop over to, is there another Ultimate Australia channel or just two streams? Potsy probably knows more about them than I do.
Oh yeah, it's both streaming on the AFDA YouTube channel, so I'm sure you guys can work out how to find the right stream. And remind me what the women's finals are, looking forward.
The women's final?
Yeah.
Next is New South Wales versus Victoria in the final. They had a very, very close pool game, so that will be a fantastic game to watch. And I believe
WA
the women Women's should be WA Queensland.
Queensland, yeah, they're both warming up. Yeah.
Yeah, so Queensland had a loss this morning to the New South Wales girls. It was looking like a very tight game, and then New South Wales pulled away a little bit. I believe the final score was 9-4 in that game, so I think WA and Queensland will both be looking raring, ready to go for the bronze. Anyway, back to this game. Pool's gone up.
Jonker's with it. Shows the high forehand again. Throws it inside out. Nice throw. Almost a miscommunication there. Alexander Leak with the disc. Gets it back to Kazemi. She's looking to reset. There's not much space there, but she gets it off to
Hannah's
James
really
Barber.
playing a tight defense today, and it's been
Ooh,
paying
not
off
sure
for
who
him.
the
And
receiver was there.
there it is again.
Beautiful throw from McDonald.
And that's
to
it.
finish
That
the game.
is game.
Throws to Kath O'Neill.
McDonald to O'Neill. It's all
The
over.
girls got really involved from New South Wales, I feel, in this game. Like, through or caught every single point, I'd say.
They have a very strong female line, and I think in mixed, it's a huge advantage still. Being able to play through your women and know that they're very solid players.
Yeah.
Super handy.
Yeah, so the next games, which are going to be on pretty soon, are the finals, women's final, which is New South Wales Victoria, where they had a 1-point game in the round robin, didn't they?
Yeah, New South Wales came from 5 behind to take the game. They were 5 behind at time cap.
So based on that, we can expect this is going to be pretty great.
I think Victoria are going to be hungry for it, and New South Wales really want that gold. So I think it'll be a very hard-fought game.
I reckon this bronze medal game is going to be tight as well. Like, both these squads are strong with a lot of depth, WA and Queensland. A lot of women with university experience, national club level experience. I think it's going to be a great bronze medal game as well. So take your pick, tune in. It's going to be great.
Dual screen it.
Thanks everyone for joining for that game, and we'll see you again soon. Right. Thanks Mel as well for co-commentating.
Thanks for having me, Potsy.
Good luck in your final team's
Thank you.
game.
Yeah, gonna go and get around the women now.
Yeah, cool. Bye. Need to schedule these games.